Hi, Emma here. I wanted to share with you how I make my penny buttons. So here's an example of them. I'll bring it closer so you can see. So on this one, I didn't polish it. I left it the way it was. You can see. And and then this one is a newer penny, so it is already polished. Actually, I think I did polish this one. It looks pretty bright. There, like that. And this one I polished, but I also hammered it. And when I hammered it, I guess I went a little too too much. So you can barely see the Canada and the maple leaf. So lesson learned. I didn't hammer it very much, and that happened. So yeah, what I did was I got this tool, and bring it out so you can see. And I think there's a name on this side. It's called Metal Complex, and it was $11.20. Came in the package like this, and it's a hole punch, and it has two size holes. It has a 1.5 millimeter and 2 millimeter hole. Yeah, so I got this at the Northern Bead Company, and I have a unboxing of that company, and I'll post the links. You can also get this at Kelly's Bead Boutique. So we'll put that there, and we'll use this 2006 penny, and just point out the date because the metals are different on these. I should show you the other ones that I did already too. So these ones, this is 1963. So you can see, I mean, but the 63 looks like copper. So it's soft for sure. And then this one is a 73. Again, it looks like copper, so it's pretty soft. Let me, yeah, that's better. To get an idea what the hole looks like. And you can go ahead either with a Dremel or a little piece of sandpaper. You have to be careful not to scratch up your penny, which I've done. But it's not rough. There's a tiny bit of resistance there. But once your leather goes over the penny, once you weave it like this, you're not going to feel that. You can't get in there anyway because the leather's in the way. And the other thing that I did with this is I rounded it. So I don't know if you can see how the penny is rounded or beveled. Like that. So I used this tool for that. This is a dapping block, and there are metal tools that you can use to work with this. And I had originally bought this one, and I had got this one. Let me go out here and focus this. So I had bought this one as a kit. It came with these two tools on eBay, and I think I paid like $10. But as you can see, your penny ends up going through the wood and gouging it. So because I use this so much, I thought it's probably a good idea to get a metal one. It helps the penny shape a lot better. So we're going to do that after we put the holes in. Otherwise, you won't be able to put the holes in. They have to be flat for that. The dapping block, this I ended up getting at Amazon for $37. Free shipping and no tax. So that's that. Okay, let's get this party started. So this looks like the 1.5 here. I'm going to do a 2 because that's the leather size I use. So you just twist it up so that you can slide the penny in. And one of the things I want to point out too is the slot here, the size. So some people complain the slot's too narrow, that it should go further in. So if you're not doing pennies and you're doing a big disc for stamping, you want to be able to get in further into the middle. So just to consider that. There is another one out there that has the wider slit, and actually I think at Kelly's Boutique that's one that does. And I would recommend you mark your holes with a marker. I try and position it. Bring it up so you can see this. Right. Okay. So I try and position it above the year in a straight line and around the middle. So I would put one here and one just above the last digit. There. Okay, so go ahead, and it does take a bit of skill to position on your marking. I would bring it down a bit and then readjust it as you go. So I think we got it there. And so I'm meeting a bit of resistance, and you can kind of see the penny is lifting up a bit. And it's through. Like that. So you just turn it the other way. And if you keep turning it, this will help because it's on there. Oh, I guess I could probably jiggle it off. But if you just keep turning it, will pop off. There. So you can see it's some type of alloy metal inside there. And that's totally flat. That's really good. Oh, we lost our marker. Now, it is, I don't know if you can see this. So there is a bit of sharp edges on this. So you would want to sand that a bit. Okay, let's do the second hole. And you can see the piece came out. Okay, let's do second hole. I've done these so many times, I'll just go ahead without the marking. Let's get this guy down a bit. So yeah, even this tool I really like, and you know, at some point I believe these there you can see better. That looks good. Like the sharpness would go away, and I don't know if you can sharpen them or not, but for $10, like I'll keep track of how many pennies I do, but that's still a good deal. I was originally, and I'll show you some of my epic fails, I was originally doing these with a drill bit, and it was a nightmare. Now the one thing I did find that you can use is I bought this. This is really cool. It's a ring vise, so it has leather on this side as well as this side, so you can work on the flat side or this rounded side. But if you have to, like when you go to sand this, you put that in there like that. And there's a little wedge here that you slide in and push it in. And now you've got something to hang on to. And I got this. This is another artistic wire product. It's called Wooden Ring Wire Clamp. And this was $14 on Amazon, Canadian, free shipping. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and sand that and take it out, and we'll put it in the dapping block. Put it down this way. I'm going to use this wooden one because I don't have a metal one yet. And try and keep it in position. And you just tap it with that hammer. These newer pennies are a little harder to get a good. See which. Try this one. Oh yeah. You have to be careful with these newer pennies. They will crack in the middle, and again, I'll show you some of those that didn't work out. So I just start gently. I may have to press harder. That's not. There. So that worked. You can work it a bit more depending on your. And I've seen people bend them the opposite way to come out, and it looks really cool. So I'll show you some of the ones that didn't work out here. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm almost embarrassed. But what happened was I had the drill bit that I was using all the time, and I hadn't done any of these for a long time. Sorry. And when I went back to look for the drill bit, I couldn't find the small drill bit. And then I eventually found something, and this is what I was getting. You can see here. I'm sorry. You can see where the drill just went off. It's hard to, like, what do you position this on? So I had it on a block, and then I had some rubber pieces out around the edges to hold it in place. But as soon as you start drilling, the penny turns. Pain in the butt. Oh my god, look at these. That's nasty. And then I had one that had cracked to show you. Oh my gosh, this one I taped down, and it gets hot. I could actually probably salvage this if I sanded it. Oh, the backside's nasty. Yikes. So yeah, this is, so I'm just loving this tool. So let me find the one we did, and I'll also show you what I do. I bought this stuff. So I did a ton of research on what to use to polish. And this is the one I came up with that had really good reviews online. And I think I may have paid $15 or $17 for this container, but you use like a drop of it, so it's not a big deal. But Yeah, and I've heard other people using vinegar, things like that. So let me, let's try this. Shake this. I'm gonna just put a drop, and of course I'm out of view here. There. Okay, so I wouldn't even put that much. It's getting bright already. If you were doing a bunch of these, I'd probably wear gloves. And this is just like a from the silk that they give you with your glasses. These are old ones, so I'm just going to use this for now. And how long you polish and how much of this stuff you put on will determine how much you want it polished. So you may not want it that bright. Especially if you're using an old penny, and we'll try one of these old pennies and take a look and see what. Whoa, look at that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm just blown away by this stuff. I'll do the sides too. So that's that one, and let's take a look at this one. So this is the 1963 one. I think for this one, what I'd like to do is just get the top level of the leaf and the type. So I'm not going to put too much. And we'll take it off fast. Nice. That's really nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see the more I'm polishing. And I'll show you the other penny. So this penny was darker than the other old one, and you'll see the difference. And you can do the same for the back. So there is that. See how shiny that is. To that one. I don't know if you can really. Well, you can see the light reflecting off of it. So, let's see if this is a better angle. Yeah, so you can see the stem on the maple leaf. You can see the big difference from there. You can't even, almost can't tell where the other one is. And again, if you do it a little more, you'll see it better. So there. If you have any questions, please ask me. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll post links to all these products. It took me a while to get all of these things organized, and yeah, so thanks again. Bye.